A little something different for you guys today. Today we're going to be reviewing the Maven RS.6. This could be a little bit uncut, unfiltered to be fair. I have barely shot this, right? I've shot it enough to know that it's going to hit the target in front of me. It's barely zeroed, it's very rough. It's good enough, right? We're at like 40 yards and I was able to hit C-zone torso. The Maven RS.6. This thing is a $1,200 scope. Made in Japan. It's Japanese glass. Maven is based out of Wyoming. These are made in Japan. This is an MOA based scope. It's their MOA A3 LPI. They have a couple different models on the RS6. This is a 1-to-10 LPVO. It does have an exposed locking elevation turret that seems to have pretty good detents and all that type of stuff. Return zero, locking zero, all that stuff. You know, it's tactile, about what you'd expect, right? A capped windage turret. You can unscrew it and this could be reset to zero as well. It does have brightness. It does have red and green illumination. So again, like I said, this could be uncut, unfiltered. Let's see how this thing works, right? We're on 1 power now. It's, what time is it? It's 1850 right now, so 650. Return it to G3. This is the 3. I can easily see the green center dot. Very simple, right? No issues there. Crank this sucker up and see how the brightness goes. So we're on the highest setting for green. Let's see how it does in the sun. No, it's not drowning it out. It seems pretty good. Let's check the red. So R5, the red's good. It's bright. I would say comparable. It's brighter than like an EOTech Voodoo 1-to-10. It's not Vortex Razor Gen 3 bright, right? But it is bright. It's definitely brighter than my Voodoo. It's pretty good. And then the reticle in here is, this is a first focal plane scope, which if you're not familiar with first focal plane, it ultimately means the reticle itself will grow and shrink based off magnification. Now on 1 power, let's see, how is 1 power? Like, you know, is it a true 1? No, I'd say it's really more like a 1.2, right? It's not like a straight 1 power. It is good. The glass clarity is phenomenal. Glass clarity on this, like I said, we've shot a lot of Vortex stuff. It's really darn close to a Gen 3 Razor on glass. It's better than an EOTech Voodoo 1-to-10. 1-to-10 wise, price category, absolute best one in its price category. And frankly, like what it has and what it's doing for that price is just really phenomenal. It's, you know, I'm not really getting that fisheye. There's a little bit of distortion right on the 1, and then if we crank her on to 2, it is just really, really crisp glass. Now I know some folks will put it on a scope cam, things like that with their scopes. That's just such an inaccurate representation of how glass truly looks. It never looks like that in person. You know, the benchmark and the tracking and all that bullshit that you see people doing. It's 2025. Nowadays, if you're getting a scope and you go out and you shoot it and you think something's off, it's probably just a crappy scope. Most of the scopes we've had, $300-400 primary arms up to like this one, or Gen 3 Razors and stuff like that, Night Force, they just track fine. I've never seen that being an issue, and we'll check the thing. Now, reticle wise, what you get with this is a T-type reticle that goes across. It's a circle dot in the center, right here on the 1 power. Circle dot that's very precise, fine. It's easy to see. I'm looking at basically a 4-inch swinger, and it's taking about 1 inch in the center of there, right? Now, when you zoom all the way up to 10, it's very, very smooth. It has a good floating dot in the center, and then a Christmas tree style reticle. For 1-to-10, it has a really good reticle for that, right? And the eye relief, now you noticed, right? So like here on 10 versus 1, scope shadow, both eyes open, is non-existent almost, right? Of course, on these 1-to-10s, you do start to experience that, and you can. But like for me, you'll notice right here, okay? So I'm on 1. I'll crank it all the way up to 10. No head adjustment. I have a very clear sight picture, both eyes open. No issues. The eye relief, you noticed, is not that issue. This is better than my EOTech Voodoo 1-to-10, and it's less money. 34mm tube, MOA. It's got a light transmission, it's just really bright. And this is our first foray into some Maven stuff, and I'm pretty impressed. So now throw lever wise, right? The wheel on here, if you're familiar with like Night Force, razors, you know, Collis, stuff like that, it's smooth like that. I mean, there's no grinding or anything like that. It's smoother than the Voodoo 1 to 10. I mean, the other 1 to 10s that are out there, they're mediocre at best. This thing's really doing a lot right now, right? It feels good. You can actually move where you want the throw lever to be. It's very simple to do, and they actually give you a blank off too, so if you want no throw lever, you don't need it. You know, you see that movement, no issues. It wouldn't interfere with like a bolt gun probably if you had it. And again, you can take it off if you're gonna put this 1 to 10 on a bolt gun. But on an AR, it's pretty good. Weight on here is like 19 to 20 ounces, so not too heavy. And on this 14.5 inch or 13.9 build here, pinned welded, it fits pretty darn well. So let's throw some rounds through this thing so I can kind of test its performance, like speed wise, to be fair, just a little bit, and we'll see how she does. I mean, it's really, really nice. It's just got such a good eye box. Really very forgiving. And if you guys are curious about this rifle, this did start off its life as a Springfield Edge or St. Edge. This was switched out 13.9 Criterion core barrel hybrid series, SLR gas block adjustable, and then obviously pinned and welded up there. And this rifle, if you notice, is very soft shooting. I kind of put it together how I wanted. JP silent capture spring in the rear. Like, I'm just curious now. On 10 power, right? So on 10 power, I'm not noticing like me losing a sight picture, and I'm standing here. So I'll shoot off a barricade at some steel and I'll make sure the zero is good. So what I'll tell you is that, like, looking through this thing on 10 power is you got your MOA marks, right? So hash marks, whatever we want to call them, left and right. It goes all the way out to 20 on the left and all the way down to 50 on 10 power. So you have 50 MOA in the scope on 10 power on a first focal plane. So you could run this sucker out to 1,000 yards or more with a 223 or whatever it would be on a gun like this without running out of it. It's just, you know, Maven sells direct. So, you know, if you're interested, we'll have links and stuff like that. They sell direct. They don't ship it to distributors or anything like that. And that's probably how they kind of, what it feels like, get such value into an optic. And it just is really performing well. So I want to take it out. We'll go shoot it off a barricade here and see how it does there, and shoot on 10, shoot at our head swinger. But, like, you know, there's stops between your brightness settings. It's an off position ultimately. It's very easy to do. 2032 battery. What more can you ask for in that respect? Barrel's smoking hot, but yeah, that thing is pretty slick. So let's run this thing out some more distance here. I just took a few rounds over here. I have a big backstop. It's easy to see where my impacts are hitting. So right now I need to come up 20 MOA. I'm actually able to measure that at 10 power in my scope. We'll come up 20, see how it does. So with the Maven scopes, they include a card that has your instruction booklet, right? You scan it, take a picture of it, it pulls it up. And now actually what I need to do is I came out here and my scope's already zeroed out. It gives you instructions on how to reset the zero or adjust the zero on the scope. It looks like it's pretty simple with the image. You essentially got to take the cap off with a little included tool, turn the cap upside down, and then you use that to turn it down. Now I'm about 20 MOA high is what I noticed back here at 100 yards. So I'm actually just going to essentially bring it down, and then that shouldn't be an issue. So let's run through that process. we got the scope zeroed. It's a little bit of a tricky process, right, when you're doing it. Not like, to be fair, not Vortex easy on a lot of their scopes. You have to take off the cap, right? Take off the cap, take off the top. You turn the cap upside down, and then you use it just to turn the zero back, and then it locks. Then put it back down. There's a little ring in there with a nub. Make sure it's on your center line here for zero, and then put it back down. So, like I said, it's not horrible. It's not the easiest, not the hardest. Overall, not too bad. Let's run this thing now. So again, we're on 10 power, got a good floating dot, 20 MOA to left and right, and then 50 all the way down the bottom. Clarity is excellent. Parallax must be set at about 100. Yeah, like, so the reticle, what I've noticed is with this scope, the eye box is good enough that on a double tap, like I'm gonna do right now, is I don't have any issues with the eye box actually opening up and me losing the sight picture, right? And then we'll zoom her down to, let's say, like 4 power. Still a very usable reticle, right? I can actually still see all the way down to 50. I can still see the floating dot. Yeah, that's just, it works really, really well. Reticle wise, for a 1 to 10 outside of like maybe the Gen 3 Razor, this is a very usable long range 1 to 10 reticle. The primary arm stuff kind of sucks for long range. To be fair, it's not all that precise if you care about stuff like that. The EOTech does too. The circle's too big to shoot good fine groups. This thing, like if you wanted to shoot a good fine group, that center floating dot, I mean, it's got it. So I'm looking at a 1-inch head. It's got to be a half MOA dot. I mean, it's just a perfect, good size center dot if it's not a 1/4 MOA dot. Yeah, it just is really, really nice as far as that stuff goes. You know, and the focus wheel on here and all that, or I would say the magnification is easy. The diopter adjustment, see how this is, right? So, I mean, it's super smooth. I mean, tons and tons of adjustment range on there. I'm usually somebody that's pretty neutral as far as diopter goes. I don't really need too much. You know, that's all the way in. Easy to adjust. It's got a soft eye cup on there. HD glass. Guys, this Maven 1 to 10 for $1,200, right? Because they do sell direct. So usually, you know, you might have to find a deal if you want to find it cheaper than that, but you have to get them from Maven. We'll have a link to this stuff. It's a really phenomenal optic for the money. If you want a 1 to 10, you'd be hard pressed to find a better 1 to 10 in this. Now they do have it at mil if you want, and you're a weirdo and you like mil, right? But it really works really well. It's got a great reticle for a 1 to 10. It's a very usable long range 1 to 10. This, like I said, 13.9 build that I have here is perfect for this. So guys, check out the Maven RS.6 1 to 10. They really knocked it out of the park, and Maven in general, I have a couple of the other stuff now. They seem like a really great quality glass optic, and that's probably one of the biggest things. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.